Mom, I just submitted the marriage registration.
Congratulations, Haruki. Today, my son Haruki officially married Yayoi, his girlfriend of 2 years. Did you let her mom know too?
About that,
What? You actually went through with it?
just as expected, her reaction makes it clear she doesn't approve of our marriage.
Let's rewind to 3 months ago. Meeting both families is nerve-wracking.
Yaoi's mom is kind and good person, so there's no need to worry.
That was the day I first met Yayoi's mom, Satsuki. Her father had passed away 2 years earlier.
You look so young, Aki. How old are you?
I'm 40.
What? This marriage cannot happen.
What? Within 5 minutes of meeting, Satsuki had asked my age and immediately opposed the marriage. Why so suddenly?
Exactly.
If you're 40 now, that means you had him at 16, right? And as a single mother, no less. There's no way my daughter can marry someone raised in such circumstances.
What? Yeah, I've been judged for having a child at 16 for as long as I can remember. But to think I'd still face this even after Haruki became an adult? It's true. I gave birth to Haruki at 16 and raised him on my own. Still, I get it. Hearing about a 16-year-old pregnancy would shock most people. I've dealt with enough judgment to know that by now. Calm down. Deep breaths. Whew.
You understand, right? If you do, we'll excuse ourselves now. Mom, stop making decisions for me.
Satsuki, could I have a moment of your time?
What?
First of all,
What?
let me sincerely apologize for causing you distress and making you uncomfortable.
As you should.
It's true. I've faced bias and challenges over the years, but I assure you, your worries are unfounded.
What?
If I may say something,
Haruki,
I understand how my mom having me at 16 might make you uneasy. When I was in high school, I couldn't even imagine raising a child. It seemed impossible for someone so young.
Exactly. A 16-year-old is still a child. A child raising another child is doomed to fail.
However, at the same time, I admired the strength it must have taken for my mom to decide to have me and raise me.
There's nothing admirable about it. In fact, it's something that should be condemned.
You might say that, but I have made it this far. If I do say so myself, I've always been serious and never strayed from the right path. My mom raised me well, so there's no way I would ever hurt Yayoi.
Haruki.
I never really asked Haruki how he felt about everything, but to think he's been feeling like this all along. As his parent, I need to stand firm and ensure his happiness by getting this marriage approved. Once again, I sincerely apologize for causing you any discomfort. However, for the sake of these two, could you please reconsider opposing their marriage?
Shut up! I will never approve of my daughter marrying someone whose parent had the twisted morals to give birth at 16.
What?
You can't be serious.
Mom, stop it already!
Excuse me, but why are you so strongly opposed to this?
Like you, I've lived my life valuing proper morals.
What do you mean by that?
I studied hard for my future, got into a major corporation as a woman, and worked my way up to manager. That's why I've never wasted my time with frivolous things like romance. Getting involved with men is impure.
Romance is frivolous?
Impure.
I got married at 35 and had this child at 40. Unlike some people, I've always taken care of my body. That's why I despise people who are impulsive enough to drop out of school and give birth at 16. They only live by instinct and are clearly not smart. I refuse to become relatives with someone like that.
What do I do? This is worse than I thought.
Stop insulting my mother.
Haruki, you can't talk like that to your future mother-in-law.
Mom, how can you say such horrible things to someone you've just met? If being involved with men is so impure, then shouldn't you be against me getting married at all? I'm just telling the truth. Everyone would think the same. Besides, you're already 30. If you weren't getting married at your age, it would be embarrassing.
What is wrong with this woman? She's completely unreasonable.
Anyway, we're done here. Let's go, Yayoi. Oh, wait, Mom.
Yayoi.
I'm sorry. I'll try to convince my mom somehow.
Because of my age, things ended up like this.
Mom.
And so the meeting ended in complete chaos. Since that day, Haruki and I tried to reconcile with Satsuki through calls and visits. But
How unpleasant.
Satsuki was adamantly opposed. What should we do? Then one day,
Mom, this is bad.
what happened?
Yayoi just messaged me, and it's seriously bad.
What is it?
Apparently, Yaoi's mom is trying to break us up.
What? She's not just opposing the marriage. She's actively trying to end their relationship.
It's from Yayoi. Hello, Yayoi.
Haruki.
Is what you said in your message true?
Yeah.
But I don't want to break up with you, Yayoi.
Me neither, so...
A few minutes later,
Yayoi, take a look at this. Huh? What? And who's this guy? He's your fiancé. What? What are you talking about, Mom? This man is an acquaintance of mine. He graduated from Moyat University and is a department manager at Moyat Pharmaceuticals. No way! I already have Haruki. Forget about that boy. A man with an unknown background, raised by a mother who gave birth at 16, is beneath you. Stop insulting Haruki and his mom. You're a graduate of a top-tier university and work for a major corporation. There's no way it's acceptable for you to marry someone beneath you. If you insist on a love marriage, at least choose someone from a good family or with credentials that match your own. I can't take it anymore. What? I'm not going to participate in a matchmaking arrangement, and I'm not breaking up with Haruki. What did you say? Fine, do whatever you want. And that's how my mom gave up on the whole thing.
I see.
in the end, without gaining Satsuki's approval, the two of them got married. But
You actually went through with it?
she still had to get that jab in. Was there ever a right way to handle this? A week after their marriage. What? A wedding?
Apparently, Yaoi's mom reflected on her actions and wants to pay for the wedding.
Satsuki, after all that opposition?
But she said if she's paying, she wants to plan the wedding herself.
What?
Well, Yaoi is her only daughter, and she had her later in life. Since she's covering the costs, we feel it's only fair to let her plan it how she wants.
I see. If you two are okay with that, then it sounds fine to me.
More than anything, I'm just happy that she accepted my marriage to Yaoi and come to understand my mom. So if it's her dream wedding, then any wedding she wants is fine by me.
That's true. In that case, I'll come up with something to celebrate your marriage too.
Thanks, ma'am. But don't push yourself too hard, okay?
And so I waited for their wedding day. I can't believe Satsuki reflected on her actions enough to pay for the wedding. Honestly, the lack of a direct apology to Haruki or me feels a bit off, but still, her accepting their marriage is a huge first step. On the wedding day, such a beautiful ceremony. The ceremony was lovely. As we moved on to the reception, what? Why does everyone else have their food, but mine isn't here?
Oh, Aki, how delightful.
Satsuki.
I've thought about this over and over, and I just can't accept my child marrying the child of a woman who had hers at 16 with such poor judgment.
What?
But Yayoi, Haruki, and you were all so stubborn about not giving up, weren't you? So I decided if I just treat you as if you don't exist, that solves everything.
What?
This way, Haruki's mother doesn't exist. If that's the case, I might grudgingly accept this marriage. Which is why you're just a stranger. And strangers don't get food here. You can go ahead and leave now.
What the heck? Did she really pay for the wedding just to pull this kind of stunt?
So, how do you feel right now? Embarrassed? Angry? Oh, but then again, someone who gave birth at 16 probably has nerves of steel and doesn't feel a thing, huh?
It's clear now. Satsuki never really accepted me. I should have insisted on a proper conversation when she offered to pay for the wedding. Although, even if we had talked, I doubt it would have helped.
Mother-in-law, didn't you say you accepted my mom?
Haruki.
Accepted her? Who said that? Accepting a woman like her would be the same as rejecting my entire life.
What?
When I was 16, I didn't even have friends. I spent all my time studying. My parents drilled into me how important education was.
What is she even talking about now?
That's why I've never had a boyfriend, aside from my late husband. And yet this woman had the nerve to engage in romance at 16. And worse, she had a child at that age. Unbelievable.
So, this is about her jealousy over never experiencing romance? The reason for her opposition is so utterly ridiculous.
Mom, should we head home?
Yeah.
I was willing to tolerate you for Yayoi's sake, and even through this wedding, but now you're leaving with that woman? You mama's boy. Fine, I want my daughter back. I'll send you the divorce papers, so sign them. Mom, that's awful. There's someone much better out there for you, Yayoi. I'll introduce you to them myself.
Auntie, how could you treat Ms. Aki like this?
What?
Ms. Aki is a super famous illustrator.
What? An illustrator? Yes, she even prepared the welcome board for today's wedding. And? So what?
I'm a fan of Ms. Aki. I was looking forward to becoming family with her.
I couldn't care less about your feelings. You don't get it, Mom. Right now, everyone here is against you. What? Haruki works in a field related to illustrations. Most of the guests here are vendors who work closely with my mother-in-law. What?
What kind of wedding is this? Unbelievable. What's up with that old lady?
What? Wait, it's just drawing, right? She's nothing but a high school dropout who had a kid at 16.
You know, treating the groom's mother like that, you're completely out of your mind. I've hated how you always thought you were the smartest person in the room since forever.
Same here. You've always looked down on us, and it's disgusting. What?
Go apologize right now.
Yeah, do it.
Now I'm being painted as the complete villain here. Come on, go. Wait a second. Why do I have to? Ugh, fine. I'll just apologize for appearance's sake. Oh, Aki.
Huh?
About earlier, it was actually a surprise. Yes, we planned a surprise. Your special meal is on its way.
What?
So we purposely didn't serve your meal to make you think I was angry and then surprise you. So please come back, okay?
I just spoke with the staff, and they confirmed that my meal was intentionally excluded.
What?
How can you stand there lying through your teeth and still have the nerve to ask her to come back? It's unbelievable.
By the way, earlier you said I was a stranger to you, right? That would mean you're also a stranger to Haruki, correct?
Well, let's just forget about that.
Since I'm married to Yayoi, if I'm a stranger, that makes Yayoi a stranger to you too, doesn't it?
What? What nonsense are you spouting now? That's ridiculous. I am a stranger to you. What? Yayoi! That's right, we're strangers to them. Glad you finally realized it, Yayoi. Oh, wow. I only chased after you because everyone told me to apologize. Honestly, having a mother-in-law just 10 years older than my daughter. No thanks. You agree, right, Yayoi?
What are you even talking about?
I said I'm a stranger to you. What are you saying?
This wedding is too unpleasant. I'm canceling it.
Agreed.
A wedding paid for by a stranger is creepy anyway.
Wait, what are you doing?
Next time, I'll pay for the wedding. And of course, you two will plan it together.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you so much, Mother-in-law. So, goodbye, Mother. Thank you for everything. Wait, you two! Oh, security. That person is a stranger, so please escort her out. How dare you! You ungrateful brats! Have you forgotten everything I've done for you? And to think you'd side with some high school dropout illustrator who had a child at 16 and was abandoned by her man.
Huh? Why are you assuming she was abandoned by a man?
What?
This child's father passed away in a tragic accident when he was 2 years old.
Oh.
So, could you please stop spreading baseless rumors? Sure, compared to most, having a child at such a young age attracted a lot of criticism. But we loved each other deeply. And for the record, despite being a high school dropout, I earned enough to raise my child to adulthood.
Mom, you go on about resumes, but you've been a stay-at-home wife your entire marriage. You haven't faced much hardship, so why act so high and mighty? Well, I struggled when I was young too.
Everyone has their struggles, big or small. Looking down on someone for having a child at 16 or being a high school dropout is simply wrong.
But there's no point in continuing this. Let's go.
Seems that way.
Let's head back to the venue and apologize to everyone.
Good idea. Security, please escort this stranger out. What? You can't be serious.
If you keep causing trouble, we'll call the police.
The police? No, please don't. That would ruin my record. Still going on about resumes, huh?
People like her don't change, even after a harsh lesson. And so we returned to the venue, canceled the wedding, and apologized to everyone. Every single guest, including relatives, expressed sympathy for us. Later, Satsuki was summoned by all her relatives.
How could you insult Mizaki like that? We can't even consider you family anymore.
This is the perfect opportunity to cut ties with you.
What? Naturally, I'm cutting ties too. Why?
She was completely disowned by all her relatives. To make matters worse, some guests had recorded Satsuki's outbursts. They uploaded them to social media where they went viral. Now she reportedly lives a life too ashamed to leave her house.
Why is this happening to me?
A few months after that disastrous wedding. Congratulations again, Haruki and Yayoi.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you so much, mother-in-law.
We have an announcement to make.
Huh?
Actually, we're expecting a new addition to our family.
What? With a new family member on the way, I'm so excited for what's to come.